well, I just had a weird tangent about Spider-Man, and we're here again watching Twin Peaks Season 2, Episode 2, called Coma. I wonder what this is going to be about. Somebody's going to be in a coma? Is this going to be Nadine? What is this going to be?
Hopefully I don't go into it.
Oh,
the show's so comfy. The show's so comfy, it's put me to sleep millions of times.
Well, we enjoy that because we get to talk to the Dream Soul. And when the Dream Soul's present,
True.
The best conversations happen.
Pretty great. It's true. It's true.
I don't know.
It's not because I'm bored by the show. It's just so comfy.
It's a very comfy show. I got to give it to the creators. It's definitely primetime comfy.
I love it.
So yeah, we watched the first episode. A lot of fun things happened in that one. We got to meet a giant. We got to see where everybody's at. We discussed that, everybody got their time to shine. A lot of really good moments that happened in the first episode.
Especially the dude that works at the hotel, just leaving Dale on the floor. That guy.
Yep, that was almost going to be my thumbnail because it just drove home.
He really had.
Yeah, he adds that thumb to that thumbnail because it was just gonna be a close up of his mustached face and his big thumb.
He had so much time to shine. It was all him, dude. All him. R.I.P. because I'm sure he's dead.
Thanks for putting that out there. You never know.
It was like 30 years ago.
Yeah, that's true, but
just want to know that his presence was acknowledged and enjoyed and respected.
Well, you did say.
So I gave him the R.I.P.
You did say, "Rip" as he walked out the door for the last time. Like that dude, died as he walked out the door.
I didn't say that because he looked about 85 there.
It's like he wrapped for the day and decided, I'm gonna die now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump into this episode, and we'll discuss it when it's all said and done. We'll be right back. We finished it, boys, and
we did it.
The Dream Soul didn't show up. I was kind of disappointed.
No, dude. I was awake.
This is a good one to not fall asleep during because this one was directed by David Lynch.
Yep.
Oh, are you talking about this little guy?
Talking about
No, I'm not talking about that small Lynch.
Look at this little Lynch boy.
She was a very nice girl.
It is a little Lynch boy, dude.
We had the introduction of this little Lynch boy. David Lynch's son, who was like a spitting image.
He will never appear again except for Fire Walk with Me, where I think he's not played by David Lynch's son, he's played by somebody else.
But this is funny because directed by David Lynch. It's like, I want my kid in it. My beautiful boy.
Bring your son to set day. We had an open role, and I said, why the heck not?
So we
just had him fitted for a suit.
This was a pretty decent episode, as far as some stuff that Cooper was putting together from what the giant was saying to him. He's kind of the giant is definitely helping him with the case. And hey, may the giant be with you and with your spirit, with his spirit. Because that dude has some cryptic messages that keep popping up, and when we learned later on that it was actually the general talking to Coop about his interaction with the giant and what he read on this. What was you call it again, Wilson? I wasn't really paying attention. It was just like codes and messages that he received. Like space.
So he basically works at like a one of the functions, because it's like, they cover a span of stuff, but one of the things that they do in the work that he does is like deep space monitoring, and they receive just basically space garbage, like radio wave, just junk coming in, and the readout comes out like that, and it's usually just complete gibberish, but then message appearing. Yeah, this to me is like the meat and potatoes of season 2. Is this episode? We got the first mention of Wyndham Earl. We got like Major Briggs being directly associated and involved in this kind of stuff, like the investigation with Major Briggs now joins an echelon of like Dale, the log lady, the giant, these people who like know these weird cryptic phrases that like have very deep importance to the show.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, their interaction too is really great. Log Lady and Major Briggs, like they're like they. I don't know at this point in the show if they know each other's like situations with the whatever you want to read into, like the space signals or like the general atmosphere or like the vibe that the log lady's getting from her source of information is the log, but like they're kind of they're on the same path almost, like they're learning the same things maybe through different means.
Yeah, like, they have very similar roles where they're almost like lighthouses or something.
Yeah,
like they're like observers or mediums in a way where they like his function is he's like, hey, I'm a part of the government and the military and I investigate weird stuff, and we just go about it through like scientific and these bureaucratic means, and you've got your way of doing what you chewing on your gum and sitting with your log.
Going on your gum. Sit on your log.
Those are the stories that I find really interesting. Like definitely the Major Briggs stuff and Log Lady whenever she's introduced, because she always has something. Like she doesn't really get into like the discussions about like her attitude towards people. Like I know that definitely she got called out for throwing her gum in the booth,
right.
But she's like, I don't give a shit. Like I have bigger fish to fry. Like gum is like the least of my worries. I'd rather like discuss like Twin Peaks and its weird dark aura that surrounds it and things like that. Like these other small conflicts that arise just by living in a small town, she just could not care less. I enjoy both these characters coming together.
You know what I didn't enjoy?
What didn't you do?
I don't know. I would like to know.
In James's song.
Oh, this little ditty.
It's you
and I
just you
together
forever.
Look at my Coke. They're drinking Cokes.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of nice.
His weird stance on this fucking chair.
Yeah.
Like, don't use the chair, man.
Yeah, sit down. sit on the ground with the girls.
Sit down on
It doesn't have like big arms on it. Then you can use your guitar and sit in the chair at the same time.
What else do you want to say about this episode?
My house. I don't know how to sit in chair.
What was she doing here again? She just gave food, Meals on Wheels, to this old lady, and then she's like,
yeah. So part of Donna's
just trying to figure out the Laura of it all.
Yeah, her active part in their like investigation of finding out stuff about Laura is she took over her Meals on Wheels, and this was one of the stops was Miss Tremond, I believe her name was.
Okay.
With baby Lynch.
Tremond, yeah, with her grandson, little Lynch.
Oh, he snapped.
And the first, they don't say the word, but the first appearance of Creamed Corn, aka Garmonbozia.
What?
Bosia.
No, is that not something that we're all aware of? Am I just?
I don't know,
Okay.
dude.
So that it will be something that I don't think they ever say it in the show either. I think it might just be something that gets introduced in Fire Walk with Me, but it's like, and all the at least Black Lodge spirits, they talk about this thing called Garmonbozia, and it's like a representation of people's pain and fear and suffering and all the bad things in them.
Right.
And it seems these lodge spirits like cultivate that in people, whether through whatever means it just makes people afraid or feel bad, and then they're able to cultivate that and like eat it, and whenever they visually show it, it's creamed corn.
Oh,
So
interesting.
they tie they make this connection between pain and suffering, Garmonbozia, creamed corn, and there's like a couple times that it comes up in different contexts.
So
Garmonbozia sounds like a demon.
pain and sorrow. It's like, yeah. That's interesting.
So I'm not sure why it's like, because these two, the grandma and the little boy here, reappear as people that are like with the other lodge spirits above the convenience store, and they have their own, like, they phase in and out of his existence, you know, like they're further appearances, they're like apparitions. So it's curious why the creamed corn is appearing here and what their inclusion means and everything. It's weird.
No, I get that. I like how it's represented by cream corn, because that is definitely a representation of pain and sorrow.
Oh, don't cream corn, dude? You never cream that corn, bro?
That's not my favorite kind of corn.
Yeah, I used to eat it when I was a
either.
kid pretty happily, but now that I have like a more developed sense of taste, I just choose not to eat it. No, thank you.
I like the cob. That's my corn. My preferred corn.
There's that like corn. I don't know if it's a hot dish or what it is, or it's like it's kind of cream corny, I guess. Maybe it's got like the jalapenos in it and shit. What's that called?
I am extremely happy just cracking open a can of Del Monte corn and eating that up and eating the whole thing in one
Chugging
sitting.
it, dude.
Yep.
You chug corn. Oh,
Chug
cool.
that Del Monte.
Not so much corn talk. Let's get back to Twin Peaks.
Aw.
Well, corn.
I mean, that's
dude.
why we're here, right?
Right.
Hold up.
Okay.
You guys ever mix in your corn with your mashed potatoes? You ever do that?
No, I typically take my bites separately,
Oh, dude.
like mix them in my mouth kind of thing, you know?
Oh, dude, mixing that corn, just that corn in with that fucking mashed potatoes on your plate is good.
Well, I know what you're looking forward to.
It's
for
like half of a
Thanksgiving.
KFC famous bowl right there.
Yeah, that's why I never order famous bowls, because I don't want corn. I don't want corn in there. Maybe I'll eat corn, but give it to me on the side.
See, I don't want all the other stuff. I just want the mashed potatoes and a fucking corn.
I mean, you could probably ask for that, Eric. I'm sure that if you wanted to pay full price for a KFC famous bowl, but
Yeah.
ask them to remove the cheese and chicken
Chicken
and
yeah,
anything
can you
that's
just take
not.
that? I just want the corn and the mashed potatoes, please.
I'm sure that they would happily serve that to you. Yes.
They would.
I just want to
And
pull up
Eric
some
would be a
food.
happy boy.
I just want to pull up some food as we're talking about food here, just because the spread at this lodge is delicious. Like the
Oh yeah, dude.
sausage.
The barbershop quartet back there.
Oh, it's such a mood.
Grapefruit, those sausages.
It's a delicious breakfast happening right here.
So I don't know if this is as weird it is to you guys as it is to me, but that scene of them eating breakfast, that barbershop quartet behind them, it really just feels like a David Lynch decision where he's like, whatever recipe in his mind adds up to the special soup of atmosphere and dreaminess and quirkiness that we all like about it. He just made a decision and was like, we're going to add this to this one scene. No context, no further discussion, nothing. And it just, to me, this always sticks out in my mind as being something like distinct about this show.
That's true.
The barbershop quartet.
I think when you say Lynchian, there's a lot of people like to say like it's Lynchian as if it's dreamy, but mine is like the mood that he sets for each scene. It's like that's what's Lynchian about. When you say Lynchian, it's like he knows how to set a scene to kind of distract you from the mundane kind of information that Cooper's, getting from Albert and things like that. So you got something in the background to look at, be like, well, that's interesting, and you get them humming, and maybe he liked that piece of music, so he's like, you know what, I need to have that in this scene.
I'm sure that if I to me, the piece of music sounded vaguely familiar, and I'm sure if we investigated, we'd probably track down what they're humming. But it's like they're humming and they're smoking, and that's all that they are doing for the entirety of the scene. They don't move from that spot. I don't think they really change their posture very much. That's a very specific composition for them to be in, with like the one arm on the other guy's shoulder, the arms crossed, all this stuff. And to me, the two singing and smoking are like counterintuitive. Like, you don't want to smoke because you're going to ruin your voice or damage your lungs or whatever. And it would certainly be, I've never tried to, when I was a smoker, I never ever tried to sing while I did it, but I'm sure that would be difficult, not pleasant to do. And yeah, like it's like a cheery tune. It's colorful. They're eating breakfast. Like, there's a lot of things that you would probably associate with like warmth and comfort and the fresh start of the day, cheery things. But then they start talking about this grim shit. And even, I think it might even be like, here, we can't hear the audio, but like they bring in score that is the Badalamenti, moody, eerie stuff. And the guys back there are still humming.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and it's all these weird little decisions. Like, when I was watching this scene, I was kind of annoyed with Dale because I was like, please stop talking with your mouth full. I want you to enjoy this delicious breakfast, and I want to hear what you have to say. Yeah. But like, you're talking a lot with your mouth full here. But there's like all these tiny little things that just, this scene always sticks out in my mind. And Dale is kind of like giving a big middle finger to Albert here, where Albert keeps like almost trying to bring him back to reality. He's like, cool, you're talking about giants, but what about this? What about that? And Dale just keeps being like, did you know that in the Dalai Lama, it's like, Coop, hey, breakfast Coop, Earth to breakfast Coop.
Yeah. So I think that was another thing that was introduced, like right at the front was the TM style of Lynch too, where he likes to talk about Dharma and things like that, and the yin and yang of just his philosophy and things like that. So he likes to pepper that into Dale. So definitely Lynch's signature was on that dialogue that Dale was spouting to Albert, and Albert's just like, I don't give a shit. No, the audience doesn't give a shit. Like, just let's do this autopsy. Let's talk about the strangulation. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, we get it. You're kooky and you like breakfast.
But
yeah, then we had this. Let me show you this picture. Kind of scene with the girl in the Ronette. What's her name again?
Ronette
Pulaski. She gets a picture of Leo Johnson, and then she gets a picture of Bob, and she just like flips the F out.
Starts thinking about Thomas
the Tank Engine, the train that she was in. She's like, Thomas, Ringo Starr, Sir Topham Hatt.
There's another dreamy sequence very similar to the end of the last episode of like slowed down footage and audio and like distorted screams, and that's the kind of stuff that really stays with you as being like the viscerally scary stuff of Twin Peaks.
Yeah, like you were saying before, and we did get that in this episode 2, where it's Laura Palmer's mom just running down the stairs yelling, Laura.
Yeah, and like Bob laughing and just weird stuff. I remember the first time that I watched this show, those moments, like typically I would watch this at night after work, so it would be dark out, and I like spooky stuff. I like to watch it in the dark most of the time, so I would be like genuinely feeling pretty creeped out after some of those moments of those scary dream sequences with the screams and everything.
Right. And then we got the introduction. There's a lot of good food discussion in this episode. So we got the smoked cheese pig, which is now on my bucket list of things that I need to have. Maybe something that should be a good stocking stuffer for me. So guys, get on it. Okay.
Yeah. With our proximity, Johnson. Like I don't doubt that a smoked cheese pig will be something that's easy to find.
You're closer to Wisconsin than we are. You can probably find a smoked cheese pig real quick.
Yeah, but you're also not far from Wisconsin at all.
Well, I'm like fucking. You're like 3 to 4 hours closer than I am.
Yes, but that's still closer than Bangladesh. You know
Is
what I'm
that
saying?
is that where we're
Like,
finding these smoked cheese pigs? Because this seems like it's
I'm going to do a Google search to see what like comes up
You can find a
anywhere
smoked
near
pig?
us.
Well, he's already one step ahead of you, Bracho. So yeah, you got to get on my smoked cheese.
Yeah, I
pig.
didn't even look. Dude.
No, I'm just saying, like smoked cheese pigs. That's a great idea for a food product.
Oh my gosh! If you
find it?
well, if you just Google search smoked cheese pig, all the first results are like, it's a picture of Jerry with his fucking pig, and like all these people just being like, oh, what? The very first one from the homicidal homemaker, Twin Peaks smoked cheese pig. It looks like it's a recipe to make it at home.
I don't make it at home.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I would like to get a smoked cheese pig.
Yes, I'm here.
Smoked little pig.
Yes, could you recommend your finest smoked cheese pig, please?
Okay, well, this is an Italian website, so maybe we will have to go to like Italy or someplace far off and exotic to find a little smoked pig.
It's a beautiful design. It looks like it's made out of wax. What's that, Bracho?
I said, yeah, the Italians seem like someone who'd have an appreciation for a good smoked cheese pig.
Yeah, that's probably true. But his looks like it's made out of wax, and he's eating it with like some kind of paring knife.
Well, it's just it's probably, well, it's smoked, so it's got that nice little smoky skin on the end.
Yeah. It's got some rind to it, you know?
Right.
What else can we say about this episode? There was this scene too. This was kind of bizarre with this grinning ghost come out and to socialize with this guy. What was the scene about again? Were they just talking
This
about
one?
Yeah.
This just mainly established that that Sheriff Truman and Hank had a prior friendship, and he was a bookhouse boy.
That's right. He was the best of us. He was just the best of us, I guess. And then Cooper felt kind of like, well, okay, but who's your best friend now? Am I still your best friend now?
Yeah, but Harry, I outrank you. Like, I'm federal, so am I the best of us now?
But yeah, we got the awesome "I'm Audrey Horne, I get what I want" quote.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was sick. She's got her whole like
Some
subplot.
badass motherfucker.
Yeah, her subplot's just her becoming a badass. Like, I don't give a shit about school. Laura died.
really.
I'm just gonna pretend to be a call girl or whatever the hell, and then choke
Yeah, I'm just gonna be
my perfume boss.
Even at the end of season 2, when she's like she's still doing these like big dramatic moves to get things done. She's like, yeah, it's still admirable, and I'm like, you go, girl.
Yeah, dude. She knows what it is.
She knows how to get it done. She's got her own plan. She's coming up with her own story. She's like, I don't know if she's really helping Cooper. Maybe they're related in some form, but I don't think they're down the same kind of path of like uncovering the mystery. Audrey's kind of just like, tell me, who is he? Who works here? Who's the owner?
Aubrey.
She wants to help
Audrey's the
him.
fucking Batman.
It's just, yeah, like there's every single person in here is like fucking junior detective.
Right.
Even Shelley at certain points is like, ooh, I just found a fucking bloody shirt in Leo's. I'm gonna do these schemes to hide it from him and investigate on my own. And like, you gotta stop sleuthing, guys. It gets you into trouble.
fucking shit.
It gets you tied up in burning sawmills and
Yep.
But when you don't sleuth around, this is what you get.
This comes directly from sleuthing around.
That guys, we sleuth a little bit. Now it's time for me to serenade.
Now we did some sleuthing. Now I'm gonna do my crooning.
Sit down,
Donna,
girls.
Donna and James. Donna and James started sleuthing. They were like two of the original sleuths after they found out that Laura died.
They were.
And then when Maddie came in, they just roped her in. They're like, "Yeah, you want to come sleuth with us?"
Let's start a band.
A really shitty band.
There. You know.
A band with only one instrument.
I think we should leave it there for this discussion because I do like to save a lot of stuff for.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
Save our discussions for other things, but all in all, I really like this episode. It tied together a lot of things from the first episode with the cryptic messages that Cooper got from the giant, and yeah, it's satisfying, and I'm excited to see what happens next. Oh, there's our guy. Oh, and there's the owl. Oh my God, so many things are happening.
Oh.
Meow.
Nora.
Black status. Crying Andre.
All right, so that's all we got for tonight. Make sure to hit that like button. I don't know if my test worked last time. Of hitting that like button down below and having it light up. But I think a lot of people are saying when you say like, it doesn't work. But if you say hit the like button, it might
Hit the like button.
Yeah, it'll light up. I don't know.
Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
And we'll see everybody next time when we watch episode 3. Get excited because that episode is called The Man Behind the Glass. I mean, it spooked Broadshow out. He probably shat his pants.
Glass.
I William shat my pants, dude.
Glass. Metal. Metal.
Water Buffalo William here, telling you to put moisturizing lotion upon your skin.
My cat's yelling at me right now. It's great.